Like, can you hear me? Am I audible to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's wait for like a couple of minutes so that others can join. Then we'll start.
Okay. Sir, for this module also we are doing the texturing in Photoshop. Sir?
We'll be doing in Substance Painter.
Okay.
Okay, like you two are here, 7 minutes. So we can start with this. So I'll show you a trick. Like by that, you can convert any geometry and clean that geometry. Like as of now, you can see this geometry have all non-planar non-manifold geometry, all n-gons. You can see these are not connected. That's all incorrect geometry. If I export this, it will create problems. So that is something you can check by applying a turbo smooth on this. You apply turbo smooth, even if you apply hold smoothing group, still you can see it creates a mess. So if you export this model to ZBrush, it will create a mess. So that's why like we have to clean this in Max itself and then push this to ZBrush. So there is a very if you guys using 2021 or 2022, there is a new plugin. It's an add-on plugin with updates come with a read topology for Max. It's an add-on plugin from official site. If you're like by default, if it's not there, you can install it. You can check your this thing. Oh, I closed it. That app, the Autodesk app, the controller, that thing. In that, it will show you update like this down like install read topology for Max. So that option is there. So how do I fix it? And there is a very easy way of fixing this thing, because manually connecting will be a like a nightmare. You have to manually sit and connect. Yes, for low poly we definitely have to do it, but like for high poly you don't need that much, because high poly triangulation, your n-gons, all those things doesn't matter as long as it's retaining the shape. So there is a very easy way to fix this. So what you have to do is convert the model to mesh, editable mesh, not poly. That is something very important. Keep that thing in mind. Convert that this into editable mesh. Go and select edge and select all the edges. So when you select edges, you can see it shows you all the connecting triangles, because mesh is basically triangulated model and polygons are basically non-triangulated model. So if you use editable poly, it will be quad and it won't create this shape. So this particular edges, all these things I need. I need to create this. So how do I do? I just select the edge, select the whole model, scroll down, and the last tab, surface property. And there is something called visible. It's basically surface property, visible all the edges. Right now, all these dotted lines are invisible. Click this, and now you can see your model. It's all triangulated, and it creates all the triangle. If you want, you can only select this section and triangulate. That is also fine. So because this I'm going to push it into ZBrush, that's why I'm using this. So now my mesh is all triangulated and it have all the supporting loops. And if I apply a turbo on this, you can see smoothing group, it will be super
So,
clean. Yes.
so for the low poly, we don't need so many triangles and all. No?
No, low poly, we don't need it. Low poly needs to be try to keep it as quad as much as possible.
So we can be converted again to quads.
This cannot be converted into quads, but there is a trick. Yes, we can use this model and create a quad mesh within Max. That is something I'm going to show you how to do it. So apply a turbo smooth. First, triangulate the model, turbo smooth, 1 or 2 division, or maybe 3 division based on what you want. Make it smooth, decently like a dense model. Let's isolate the model. So now you can see it's a pretty dense model. So I want to now create a quad geometry out of it. I don't want this triangulated geometry. So I can apply turbo smooth, and then there's something called retopology in modifier. This is something this is what I was talking about. This is an extra add-on feature in Max. So this is something you download from the official site. So you can download this. If you're using student version, you can definitely do it. I'm using a student teacher version, so I get all the updates. So I updated it, and this is like it works beautifully. So now click on this modifier, apply this modifier. It's little heavy. It's little heavy. It takes little time to compute everything and generate. You can see the moment you apply, nothing happens here. So to create fix this thing, now you can see I press 7. I can see the my poly count. It's right now it's 2,56,872 polygons. That's like way too much, right? So, but I want to convert this into a quad. So how do I do it? Like I can select the amount of polygons I want on this model. So let's say 10,000, because it's a 2 lakh something, and so this is something going to be base for my uh, low poly or high poly. So I can keep it little bit polish or little towards high poly only, just to get the clean shape. So I can put the value and then start computing. It takes little time, but it will compute and it will create a quad geometry out of it. But this calculation is bit heavy, so it takes little time, but it will fix all the problems. Still reading. And I guess I have received file from someone. I don't remember. I checked the model though. Okay, let's see. I guess Royston. Oh, Royston sent me this thing, image reference. So this is like want to create for hype this thing, HSM1. That's absolutely fine. This will work, no problem. You can create this thing. It's like a pretty comparatively pretty simple mesh, but there are a lot of details are there. That detail we have to sculpt, because we can see all the grooves, all these lines and everything. Those are all in high poly. This grid you don't have to create. That is something we can do with the help of Substance Painter. But all these grooves you have to create.
So is the grid like just a pre-existing tile texture that you apply on that specific part?
Yes, it's basically Substance already have this kind of what do you call it, tileable maps. So you can generate this thing directly into Substance. So you don't have to
Oh,
create this. But all these other groups, that is something you have to create in high poly.
and so there's like some text details that also like sort of embossed in the metal in some areas. Like
Hmm.
so those like the over the property of that
Yes.
number is like. So
Hmm.
that is like, is that sculpted in, or like how do they add that detail?
That is something we can do it both ways. We can sculpt it also, and we can do it in Substance also. We just have to create a alpha. So in Z we can create a, like any case, in both the cases we have to create a alpha for ZBrush also, for Substance also. So we have to create a alpha, and then if you're using ZBrush, we'll place it into ZBrush and bake it. Or we can create a alpha, bring it to Substance and place it there and add a height to it. So it works both ways.
Okay.
So this is fine. Okay, still computing. I should have shown in some like simpler model, I believe. It's almost done. But this particular modifier like makes your life way easy. Like suppose you want to create something really quickly, maybe it's not game ready, but it's really quickly for base for your high poly or something. In that case it works beautifully, and it creates converts all the quad into all the triangles into quad, and gives you clean geometry. So let's see quickly. That's a heavy calculation. So you can see my entire max is freezed. I cannot do anything now. Like I should have shown it to some box or something, which would be like much better. Quickly. And all the videos like I have uploaded to YouTube, and you can check it. Still calculating. अरे यार, can I cancel it? No. It's just 26% complete. Skip to cancel. Let's see. I'm pressing skip, nothing happening. It's taking too much time. I'll just crash it. So I'll show this technique on a smaller model so that you can see it and like use this technique. It's taking too much time. Oh, thank God. So I'll just use a small box or something to show this technique really quickly. So now I have created a box. So let's see, I'll create a cylinder or something. Cylinder, just to boolean this, and maybe a sphere. Just to show you how it works. So I have created this thing and now I have to boolean this thing. So this is, I can keep this corner somewhere, wherever I want to keep. So this is my main model. I'll go to compound objects, pro boolean, and by default subtract, start picking this one. So it creates nice, clean, this geometry. But if you see, press F4, you can see the topology, it's full of n-gons, which is like not acceptable at all in industry. So now how I fix this model? So what I do is right click, editable mesh. This is something very important. Keep in mind, editable mesh, not editable poly. Select edges, select all the edges, scroll down, object surface properties, and make it visible. So all the triangles will become visible. And this is something like, if I want this, I can use some other technique also. Maybe face, select, you can see if I select face, it will create like this polygons. I can select the entire polygon. And control, click on edge. Sorry. Right. So it select all the edges, but it's selecting this also. Okay, let me make it visible so that I can see all the triangles. All the triangles are visible. Now apply a turbo smooth on this. It will like make just because basically turbos will make everything smooth, right? So switch on your smoothing group. All the shapes are clean, and iteration you can change 2-3 times, make it little dense. Now I want to convert this into a quad geometry, a clean geometry. So what I'll do, I'll apply retopology. And for this, let's use 5000. 5000 is pretty dense. Okay, let's use this. This should work really quickly. 19, 25, 26, it's working. Yeah, see, it converted the entire geometry into a quad mesh, retaining all the shape. If I want, I can reduce it to like 2000. Compute one more time. If I do it at once, it will take way longer. So if you can do it multiple times, see. So it will create a really nice geometry. Everything is quad, and you have smoothing group also, and it will retain the shape. That's the best part. So you can see it's a really clean geometry. Yes, there are a lot of unnecessary cuts, but this is something we can use as a base model for ZBrush very easily without any problem. So this, like this, you can create complex shapes and retopo that per part, and then you can create your shapes.
So, but if ZBrush is a part of the workflow, then you can do this retopo and reproject in ZBrush itself, right?
For that you have to apply Dynamesh.
Not Dynamesh. Like we had done it during HTS, like retopologize and then like create a duplicate of the tool,
Huh.
then retopologize and then reproject it back onto the
Reproject the model,
original.
yes, back on the
Yeah.
model, so it will like retain the shape, right? That's so.
Yeah.
Yes, we can definitely do that, but sometimes what happens in ZBrush, because ZBrush is a very powerful tool, so sometimes makes all these edges little softer. That is the
Okay.
only thing. Like, otherwise ZBrush if I dynamesh, it will work without any problem.
Mm-hmm.
But one more problem is, like, if it's an n-gon, like, because it was an n-gon, right? It's like it's full of this triangles and all. It might create pinch also in ZBrush. So that's why, to get rid of all those issues, I'm just simply retopo this model. So it will be super clean. I can take it to ZBrush. There won't be any issue, any kind of shading issue, surface deformation or pinching. Nothing will happen. That's why.
Okay.
Just to make it like make sure like everything is clean, because otherwise you have to set for extra time and fix everything in ZBrush, because ZBrush, whatever you create in high poly, it will be visible in low poly. If there is a pinch, it will be visible in low poly. So that's why we have to fix everything. So I'll just open my file. So this is my basic file. So if I want, I can definitely use this directly. Like, the technique you're saying, we can definitely do that. Let's see, editable mesh. So this is something, but this is n-gons. N-gons, you cannot, if you export this to ZBrush, it will create problem. So that's why triangulate the model, visible. Now, if I push this model to ZBrush, it will hold the shape. So basic shape is almost, most of the shapes are everything is, I guess down here somewhere there was one more design. That is something we can extract directly into ZBrush. So let's see. So select entire model, convert to polygons, because this is also have to I need to convert. So everything is poly. Now select this. Let's export the model. Export selected. OBJ. This is my base, and I'm pushing it to ZBrush, export. So basic model, I have exported this into ZBrush, because if I smooth this model, this will this will become smooth. You see, turbo smooth, it will become round. That is something we can definitely hold it like this and create entire shape. So this is something we can do it in ZBrush directly. So I have like created the base model. The base model is ready. So for base, I haven't spent much time, just blocked out everything quickly, really quickly. So use your time wisely and block it out really quickly, because in ZBrush we have to add all the details, so we need more time there. So, and then after that I have to retopo the model also, so we need time there also, and plus UV and texture. UV will take little time and texture won't take much time, but I guess you will be using Substance for the first time, so I have to go a little slow there. So initialize just to make the screen bigger and everything. Import. Model, import. So you see, it will ask to quad everything. Okay. So my basic model, you can see it retain the shape, right? It's completely clean, no problem at all. And document range and make it gray. So now my basic shape is ready. Shift F and check all the polygroups. I can check all the polygroups, and if I want, I can split into parts. So that's I personally, I prefer separate all the parts. Separate all the parts. I'll go to split and split to similar parts. So it will retain all the sides together, these sides together, retain everything together. So suppose I want to like fix this thing and make it really smooth and clean. Let's solo it. So there are a lot of ways. If I if I duplicate the model and do it, like let's see, if I duplicate this thing, sorry, Control Shift D, duplicate the model. I see. So you can see only this one, and go to geometry and Z remesher. This is what you were asking, right? It's saying. So I can see all the shapes and all. Let's see, 5,000. It's to remesh the model. So you can see what it does is it all the corners become slightly smooth. So it makes things slightly smooth and flat.
I used to use this. I don't remember which one it was now. Freeze groups or keep groups. Like it sort of tries to crease the.
But there is no
edge.
groups.
Yeah, we haven't set the groups here yet.
Yeah, so there is no group, so you cannot do that. If you, yes, if you have poly groups, then you definitely do it. Like you can retain the shape and it will create correct and clean loops. But there's one more, and but this is also okay. Control D, increase the poly count, and then switch on your this model, and then go to project. You can project all. So it will give you a little cleaner shape. You can see all this distortion is less now. You can use this also to retain the shape and clean everything. But personally, what I prefer is, I select my model. You can see everything. I prefer to use Dynamesh. If you use Dynamesh, it will create some spread all the polygons evenly. So first increase the poly count slightly, because for this I need a little bit extra polygons. Dynamesh, it retain all the shape and convert everything into quad. But you can see side, all those grooves are gone. So for that, you can Control Shift D and increase the resolution even more. But only problem with Dynamesh, these kind of small gaps, it will fill automatically. See? It will fill those gaps and make it super clean. Those things, anyways, I can do it, and Substance also, and ZBrush also. There's no problem in that. So like this, we can retain and fix everything. Or one more thing I can do, that is, it's already triangulated. So what if I apply a turbo smooth directly here only? So it will retain all this shape. Little stronger. I just made it like little dense, and all the shapes and everything is there. And just export this part only. Export selected. Export. Done. And I want that particular shape here. So I already have these two. I need to bring that per part also. So I cannot import it like this. Yes, if I want, I can definitely import it. Select the model, import, but sometime it creates problem. So Shift F, you can see now have a better and nice and cleaner shape. And this is all quads. I can use this also. You can see it basically replace this model, base model, and change it to this. So our basic structure, you can see for this is kind of clean, but you can see it creates all these odd shapes. It's pretty dense. I'll delete this one, delete. Control Shift D, but this one is quite smooth. All the edges and everything is clean. Let's try. Z remesher, 5,000. I can increase it slightly more, 10,000. So it will give me nice clean shape, like some issue and all. That is something I can fix if I click remesh one more time. It will redistribute the polygons again. You can see much cleaner. Now, like if I want to like match the shape, Control D two times, or maybe just once. Shift F. Switch on this one and project all. Control D one more time. Project again for better result. Basically. So now if I switch off this one, you can see it's pretty clean, neat. All the shapes, everything is there. So this one I can delete it now. Shift click and open everything. So now basic structure is almost ready. Suppose this part, I want to create something here. So easiest way will be if I Control D, you can see this shape, this thing reduces. So Shift F, Z modeler, add loops to hold the shape. To hold any corner, you need to have at least 3 loops. Here I'm adding only two loops because this is a little rounder and smoother surface. That's only 2 loop. Wherever I need a corner, I'll add 3 loops. This I can do it in Max also. With the help of Swift loop. Let's see if symmetry. Okay. So you can see the model symmetry doesn't work. Symmetry is wrong, right? It's not working. You can see symmetry going outside the model. It's creating issue. Reason right now it's in your world symmetry. So to bring it back to your local symmetry, you have to switch on this option, local symmetry. Now it will work without any problem. So I'm preparing my model for high poly. Add all the shapes, all those loops. Oh, sorry, my bad. creates problem. I cannot use it there. Rest is fine. Just double check everything. Okay. So now if I control D, it will hold the shape. But one thing you need to keep in mind, whenever you subdivide the model, it reduce in subdivide the model, it become it shrink the model slightly. So what you can do here is to not to shrink the model, go to geometry. There's something called dynamic subdivision. Click on this. It will definitely reduce model, but less. And subdivision by default is 2. You can increase this to 3 or something, or maybe 4. So it will basically retain most of the shape. Try to retain most of the shape. You see, because this is like slightly triangulated, so creating this little issue. That is something I can flatten very easily. So once you're happy with the shape, it shrinks less basically. So you can switch on and switch on and switch off. You can see, yes, slight deformation is there, slightly shrinkage is there, but still it's better, way better. So now, after once you're happy with this, just apply. You can see I applied only 3, but it become 5 subdivision automatically, and it will make everything really smooth and clean. Okay, now this shape, this is also I want to create similarly, retain all the shape. All right. What is wrong? Oh, and all these supporting loops are required only for high poly. In low poly, there is no use for them. So high poly do not, for low poly do not add these loops. Move those shapes are there, and now the corners. all the corners. Control D, D, D. You can see it will retain the entire shape. If I want, Control D move also. That is something we'll do later, like subdivide everything and start adding detail, because in our particular model we have a lot of details. See, if you do Control D, it becomes like this. So Control Z, Shift F. So without adding this loop again and again, I can do Dynamesh also. It will retain the basic structure that works for me. So here it's losing shape, increase the resolution, and then do it again. Because high poly, for high poly, your topology doesn't matter. Like it can be a quad, can be triangle, can be anything, as long as it have all the details. So this section, this is something also I can Control D. See, it's changing shape slightly, so I have to fix few things. So prepare a model for high poly.
So,
Yes.
so are we going to create alphas for the patterns or manual sculpting?
No, no, we'll be using alpha, because if you try to manually sculpt, it will won't be that clean, and plus like it is too much work. So we'll do it smartly where we can save time and get a better result.
Okay.
So like this, I'll prepare my entire model for high poly. Once my high poly, this all this smoothing groups and everything is ready, you can see if I subdivide, now it will retain the shape. So I have to fix those things and create everything, clean everything. And there's something happened. I guess I accidentally added some loop here. Yeah, removed it. This. So I'll just prepare this entire thing and then start sculpting on this. I guess I missed one section. Yeah, this one. Okay, this one is creating. Okay. Something happened here. I'll check that. That is self-fix in like high poly also can fix. I guess I deleted something or something because of that it's happened. So little something like one vertex accidentally, I guess I have deleted or something. So I have to check it, and then rest part looks fine. And this is also I can see clearly slightly issue that is I can fix. So I'll convert everything, fix everything, clean everything, and like start my base, and then start sculpting. So I'll fix this part. I can see this clearly. There is an issue here. So I'll separate this center rod and this rod, this cylindrical shape. I'll separate them and then bring it back, and then I'll fix those things. Because if I have all the parts separated, it will make my life way easier, and plus sculpting become very easy. In low poly, yes, I can, for low poly I can keep them together and extrude everything from one thing, because I was planning to use that base as my low poly. So I can see clearly there is a problem, so I have to separate like this connection and all. I have to remove from high poly. It should be a clean cylinder, this should be a clean cylindrical shape. I clean that, and then I'll start adding all those designs, curves, and everything in ZBrush itself, and create this thing nicely. Let's see this. So only this part I have to update. Let's see where it's. Oh, HSM access I just got, right? Sheesh present, Kiran present, then we have Pranav, and we have a
So my name is not this.
Oh, last time I added. Okay, I'll just like I guess I have to modify the group. Then just give me active.
First
Oh,
one.
yeah. So this is I need to change to 211. See. Yeah, the group was different. That's why it wasn't visible. So I changed the group. Now it will be fine. Okay, so block out your model and then bring it to ZBrush. Then we'll start sculpting and we'll create the entire design, everything in ZBrush. We'll create a really high quality, high poly, and then we need to put the model wherever it's required. And then we'll start working on our UV and texture. Okay, so I have the class. Tata, bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.